Hey everyone, I'm Alexis Bignati and I'm the social media specialist here at Ironistic. Today we're going to be talking about social media trends and opportunities. Before I do that, I'd like to introduce Ironistic. We are a full-service web design, development, and integrated marketing agency. We have more than 350 clients worldwide and 32 US-based employees. I myself am located in Lorton, Virginia. A little bit about myself. I'm super passionate about digital marketing. I enjoy filming, taking photos, writing, and editing videos. Some fun facts about myself is I graduated from Virginia Tech as a multimedia journalism major, minoring in psychology. Go Hokies! I'm an animal lover and I'm obsessed with cats. I live on a farm with 10 plus animals, so this includes horses, chickens, rabbits, you name it. I love to get outdoors, hiking, biking, kayaking, and even walking. So, good old social media. Social media has evolved into a business and marketing tool that is changing the way we approach business development and engagement. A lot happens every day on social media. In this chart, we share what happens in an internet minute. So, for example, how many people log into Facebook every minute? Well, 1.3 million people are logging in. How many people are scrolling through Instagram? There's about 694,000 people. And how many videos are viewed on YouTube? 4.7 million video views. That's a whole lot. How does social fit in the marketing funnel? Well, a marketing funnel describes your customer's journey with your business. First, you have the awareness stage, where you're trying to build your brand. You can do this by Facebook Lives, GIFs, infographics. Then you want to pique the interest of your users. You want to answer question and answers and promote your product. After that, you want your user to make a decision. You want followers to convert. That could be subscribing to emails, entering social media contests. From there, you want the user to make an action. You can do this by focusing on value proposition, what sets you aside from competitors, why should a user engage with you or your product. And finally, you want your users to advocate for you. You want them to engage and talk about your brand and share it with other people. You can do this through creating private Facebook groups with incentives and building advocacy programs. So what is a social media campaign? Well, a social media campaign is a coordinated marketing effort to drive business goals using one or more social platforms. So let's get into those platforms. First off, we have Facebook. And if you didn't know, it continues to reign strong as the #1 king of social media. A Facebook business page is one of the best ways to connect with your customers and build a following for your company. It gives you that direct interaction with your customers. So you can create events, post jobs, list products and services, and honestly, so much more. 2.6 billion active users as of May 2020, and there's 69% of US adults who use Facebook. In terms of business, 90 million small businesses around the world are using Facebook pages, and the number who visit pages monthly is over 1 billion. Lastly, 87.1% of US marketers will start using Facebook marketing in 2020. LinkedIn. LinkedIn's all about content. It's the platform now that drives more social traffic to corporate websites than any other social network combined, and that includes a total of 675 million users. 94% of B2B marketers now distribute content via LinkedIn, more than any other network. And 61 million LinkedIn users are senior level influencers and 40 million are in decision-making positions. The key to LinkedIn is its ability to drive leads and customers. 80% of the social media business-to-business leads come from LinkedIn. And keep in mind, it's a professional network, so make sure your posts are professional and focused on your business. Next up, we have Twitter. Twitter is short-form content that gets straight to the point. It's home to 330 million monthly active users, 152 million daily active users, and the average tweeter spends 3.39 minutes on the platform per session. 67% of B2B businesses use Twitter as a digital marketing tool, and time spent viewing ads online is 26% higher on Twitter compared to other leading platforms. Next is Instagram. If you didn't know, Instagram is more of lifestyle content. So, for example, a lot of brands like gyms, fashion brands, restaurants, they have a lot of presence on this app. On average, users spend 35 minutes a day on it, and 1 billion active users use it every month. More than half of the global Instagram population is younger than 34 years old. In terms of business, 200 million Instagram users visit at least one business profile daily, and 1/3 of those most viewed stories are from businesses. Next up is YouTube. Pretty sure most of you have watched videos before on YouTube or maybe even posted your own content. Well, if you didn't know, it's the second largest search engine behind Google, which is pretty impressive. People can post content here, optimize it, and you can share it to your other channels. They have 2 billion active users, and in an average month, 80% of 18 to 49-year-olds watch. 70% of YouTube views come straight from mobile devices, and 500 hours of video are uploaded every minute worldwide to YouTube. Snapchat. Snapchat's driven by private person-to-person photo sharing. It has 360 million daily active Snapchat users worldwide, and 86 million users are in the United States. 53% of those are 18 to 24 years old, and 20% of US college students use Snapchat, which honestly I thought would be a lot higher. 63% say they visit the site daily, and 70% of the users are female. TikTok. You either love this platform or you hate it, but honestly, it's super popular right now, and it's one of the fastest growing platforms. On average, users spend 53 minutes a day on TikTok. There are 800 million active users and 1 billion views each day, which is crazy. 41% of their 800 million active users are between the ages of 16 and 24. But keep in mind, there are some risks when using TikTok. It is owned by the Chinese government, and growth may be less than predicted due to the recent executive order. So tread with caution. Here's a chart I love because it shows how you can use each social media platform by how often you should post, when to post, which hashtags to use, and the best performing content. So I'll go over one for example. Facebook. It says you should post 1 to 4 times per week and post when it's relevant to your audience. Use about 1 to 2 hashtags for your post, and the best performing content would be videos and photos. And it also gives you the ideal video length. So 1 minute for video and 5 minutes if you're going to go on live. Social media applied. The best channel to reach men is Twitter, and the best channel to reach women is Instagram. The best channel to reach teens is YouTube, and the best channel for business to business is LinkedIn. But keep in mind, you should have a mix of channels that support and reinforce the other as a best practice. So now let's get into trends. So what is hot right now? We have stories and video, take advantage of the early adopters, mobile, and user-generated content. So photos and videos. Why is this super popular? Why is this hot? Well, sharing visual content on these platforms is a great way to boost your engagement. Compared to standard text, images, and videos, it can increase your shares, views, likes, and comments. So what's the impact? If you didn't know, videos attract 300% more traffic and help to nurture leads. Adding video to your emails can increase your click rates by 300%. Video campaigns on LinkedIn have 50% view rates, and social videos get shared 1,200 more than text and images combined. So what are hot uses? Well, Instagram stories are super popular, and other platforms have started to use them, including YouTube, and Snapchat was the first. Going live and AR and VR are other hot uses. So you can diversify with TikTok, Snapchat, and more. Why is this hot? Well, Facebook's no longer the one-stop shop it used to be. The younger generations are moving over to Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. So what's the impact here? Well, TikTok has 800 million active users, as we previously mentioned, and 1 billion views a day. And the cost of advertising is relatively low on newer platforms. What are hot uses? Organic reach on TikTok is way better than early Facebook days. Create content that will resonate with your target audience, but willing to test and iterate over time to see what works for you and your business. TikTok, Snapchat, and even Reddit are excellent ways to reach Gen Z, a demographic that's becoming way more highly engaged. A big one is mobile. Mobile has transformed the way we live, and it's the key to winning with consumers. It transforms how we communicate, order food, buy groceries, book trips, stream content, shop, so many things. Its impact is it has 3.7 hours average spend per day on mobile and 240 billion global mobile and ad spend in 2020. Brands really need to optimize digital marketing by prioritizing mobile. What are the hot uses? So some that you may be familiar with is artificial intelligence. That's super big right now, like Alexa, Siri, Google Assistant, and also augmented and virtual reality. Another one is increased mobile payments, transportation apps, and small business apps. Actually, 50% of small business owners are using mobile apps to increase their sales revenue. User-generated content. Why is this hot? Well, it's the future of marketing. It helps you develop your online community, and that strengthens your customer and brand relationship. It also encourages engagement and helps your audience grow. What's the impact? Well, it promotes authenticity. Consumers are 2.4 times more likely to view user-generated content as authentic compared to content created by brands. It also creates trust. Full 92% of consumers trust recommendations from people they know, and 70% trust online consumer options. Next, it drives purchasing decisions. This is a biggie. Nearly 80% of people say user-generated content has a high impact on their purchasing decisions. But it also can be used for B2B. B2B user-generated content. User-generated content isn't just reserved for B2C businesses. It's incredibly powerful for B2B companies as well. Employee-generated content has 8 times more views than any other content in the B2B world. In fact, when employees actively promote the brand through social media or word of mouth, it's more likely to be shared than if the brand itself was posting it. So let's talk about more social thoughts. Talk to your people. Remember, behind the screen are people, your people. The key to social media success is always keeping your audience in mind. Think about what are their needs, what are their drivers, what you want from them, how you want to engage. This is all essential for success. Also, social media, when it works well, is a two-way dialogue. Don't just post and run. Be prepared for changes that may come up. And engage, even when your comments are negative. Develop a strategy to handle negativity publicly on your social pages. Another thing to remember is that social media is not a solo effort. It's an extension of your communication and marketing strategy. So remain consistent in your messaging, tone, and voice. To build a strong social media strategy, you need post types, different social media channels, post frequency, hashtag research, target audience, and multimedia. This can include going live, videos, and graphics. And another one is paid ads. Speaking of paid ads are a great way to generate leads and increase brand awareness. Paid ads put you in front of more of your target audience. You have to think when posting an ad, who is your target audience? Is it the older generation, the younger generation, males, females? But you also need to think, what's the purpose? Is this for brand awareness, retargeting, a campaign promotion? Keep all these things in mind when you're creating an ad. Over here, we have a sponsored Facebook ad where we promote our Run Geek Run 5K. And on the left, we have an ad for credit unions where we want to drive leads to our company. Some final thoughts. Our do's and don'ts on social media. Don't eliminate platforms because of feature similarities, but do create content that meets the unique specs strengths of the channel. Determine a clear target audience before choosing which platform you want to use. And don't put your social media program on autopilot. Don't ignore questions, comments, and messages from followers, as we've mentioned before. Establish and maintain a clear and consistent voice. And always engage. Engaging is super, super, super important. And finally, measure your success. So let's get social. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Thanks for watching.